Hello again, everybody! Zack Attack is here with my WWE SummerSlam review for tonight, August the 19th, 2012. The good news and the bad news. The good news is SummerSlam was kind of good tonight, better than last year for damn sure. Good exciting matches, including a match I knew was going to be exciting, and a couple matches that kind of surprised me. The bad news is the main event fucking sucked. As my boy's public enemy was saying, don't believe the fucking hype. That's all I gotta say about a main event tonight, and I knew it was gonna be a shit fast of a main event. But overall tonight, SummerSlam, despite the main event, was a decent one. Like I said, there were some decent matches. But on with the card itself, starting with our pregame show. For the United States Championship, as Santino Marella took on Antonio Cesaro. I thought Santino was going to get an easy win. Or so we thought. Probably the worst title in WWE besides the Divas title was defended as pre-show match. Like every WWE pre-show match is not the best. Like everyone knows, if anyone's ever watched the WWE YouTube show, it's basically filler matches. But it's like the first actual thing that actually happened during the pregame, because usually titles are defended sometimes but not changed hands. Was the first time that the titles changed hands during a pregame show. Santino was on a roll. He was dominating most of the match. But Antonio tried fighting, but of course, Mr. Cesaro whipped the Cobra, but Santino found another one up his ass. So anyway, he grabbed the Cobra, yes, up his ass. He was ready to go for the Cobra, but the Cobra had a mind of its own. As he was going for Oksana. Oksana, the girlfriend of sorts of Antonio, distracted the Cobra long enough for Antonio to get the pin in the win, getting him his first major title. Which no one cares, because not only does he suck, the title sucks. 2.0 out of 5. By the way, before I go any further, I forgot to mention the overall pay-per-view rating, 6.5 out of 10. Could have been more if they took away the performance, which I'll get to, and they had a better main event. So that's what happened. 6.5 out of 10. Overall pay-per-view rating. Like I mentioned the pregame. Now it's time for the main card. With our first match, the match I knew was going to be the best match of the night. The match I was looking forward to the most. And it lived up to my expectations. Chris Jericho versus Dolph Ziggler. Now I knew this match was going to be a great match. These two great workers. And that's what they did. They worked a great match. It was back and forth action. Great moves from these guys. Despite the lack of a build for most of these matches, this match was, like I said, the match I knew was going to be. But the ending I didn't expect. You know what I mean? It was the match I expected. The ending I didn't. I thought Ziggler was going to win because of the whole Jericho's leaving thing. But despite interference from Icky Vicky Guerrero pulling Jericho's foot, Jericho got the walls of Jericho afterward. A decent 20-minute match against Mr. Ziggler, making Ziggler tap out, and of course Jericho winning. That I was surprised with. At least they gave Jericho winning his last match, but Ziggler gave Jericho all he got besides everything besides the zigzag. He didn't deliver the zigzag. There's some great hard-hitting moves, great exciting match from these two. I knew it was going to be exciting, and it lived up to my expectations. 3.5 out of 5, the best match of the night, in my mind. Jericho and Ziggler match I knew it was going to be a very exciting matchup for these guys. It's too bad Jericho's leaving, so he won't have enough time to have a rematch against Ziggler. But maybe have it tomorrow night, and maybe Ziggler will win. So we can have Jericho go off into the sunset tomorrow night. So there you go. Jericho wins. 3.5. Great match. Knew it was going to be great. It's the best match of the night. Now in our next match. Kane against Daniel Bryan. The good news is the match didn't suck as bad as I thought it was going to be. But the biggest good news is no Charlie Sheen. Alright. But it was an okay matchup. The ending was also a shocker. Match was okay. It was basically a beatdown. Kane was beating down Daniel Bryan. There was a couple of good spots in that match with Daniel Bryan going up the top and Daniel got caught while Kane was on the ground waiting for a chokeslam. That was kind of a cool move. Daniel tried his best, and I know he fought his best against Kane. And I thought Kane was going to squash him. After that chokeslam, I was like, pin him, but I was like, No way he's going to give him a tombstone. Well, Kane was going for it. He was going for the tombstone. He did everything. But then Daniel Bryan countered and got the surprise pin and the win for Daniel Bryan, getting a huge upset over Kane. Seriously, I didn't think Daniel was going to win that match, but indeed, Daniel Bryan won. 2.5 out of 5. Not as bad as I thought it was going to be. It was an okay matchup. Ending kind of surprised me. Decent match. Not the best, but still decent. Especially coming after such a great match like Ziggler and Jericho. So there you go. Daniel Bryan wins an upset. Now on with the Intercontinental Championship match. The Miz against Wwe Mysterio. This match was a late addition. This match was made this past Monday on Raw. No hype or anything around it. Despite no hype, great matchup. Let me say this. If the match had a proper build, most of these matches, with the exception of Triple H and Lesnar, got little or no build at all. So if they gave Miz and Mysterio more build, more time for development, this would have been an awesome match. And it was a great match. That's what it was. A decent match. It would have been better if it had a proper build and everything. Apparently WWE doesn't know how to build matches anymore. That's the point with WWE. You got pay-per-view coming so quickly, they have not enough time to develop feuds anymore. Just squash feuds together just like that without any hype. Anyway, Miz got the win with a squad-crushing finale. This long matchup, decent match. Mysterio tried his best. It was kind of weird to see Mysterio what he dressed like tonight. WrestleMania 25, he dressed up like the Joker. Tonight, Batman. We had another superhero weapons in another match, which I'll get to in a moment. But Mysterio dressed up like Batman tonight. Plus the Joker, now the Batman. Wow. Anyway, Mysterio fought his best and was a decent, kind of exciting matchup. It was an okay matchup, very somewhat exciting. But like I said, if the match had a proper build, it would have been a lot awesomer. So there you go. Miz retains the IC Championship. 2.5 out of 5 for that match as well. Now on with our next match for the World Heavyweight Championship. Sheamus against Alberto Del Rio. Now this match, way better than the Money in the Bank match. Money in the Bank match was unexciting to me. And it was a little bit more exciting this match. Great moves in this matchup. Of course, it wasn't entirely like it. You know, Alberto still went for the arm, but not as bad as in the match for Money in the Bank. Some decent moves there. Like I said, somewhat exciting. You know, like I said, a lot better than Money in the Bank. A lot better. The ending there was a couple weird endings tonight, but it was kind of decent ending. Sheamus was going for a big move. And Ricardo got in the ring, got slapped by Alberto. Intentional or not, I think it was a setup. So the referee could be distracted with Ricardo. Because he saw Ricardo threw a shoe. Apparently he was going to throw it and make Alberto catch it. But the plan backfired. As Alberto didn't catch the shoe, Sheamus did. Sheamus nailed him with the shoe. Nailed him with the Celtic Cross backbreaker. 1, 2, 3. Sheamus wins. But Alberto's foot was on the rope, and the referee didn't see it. So, hopefully the rematch won't be quick, but I think Alberto is kind of owed a rematch, as Alberto was fuming tonight after his loss against Sheamus. Not as fuming as Kane was, beating up everybody in sight after he lost to Daniel Bryan, but still, Alberto was furious, especially with the referee not seeing the foot on the rope. So there you go, Sheamus wins, in a decent matchup, better than Money in the Bank, 2.5 out of 5. Get a lot of 2.5s tonight. Besides one match, not even his other two. We'll get to that in a moment. Now on with the second worst match of the night. Kofi, Kingston and R-Truth for the tag team titles defending against the primetime players. Now I mentioned that Wwe Mysterio dressed up like Superman, Batman tonight. But Kofi Kingston had his logo shaped like the Superman diamond. So a little superhero action tonight in Hollywood. There was a lot of Kobe Bryant chants tonight, of course, referring to AEW's firing. And I thought tonight was the primetime players' night. Despite having no AEW, I thought primetime players were going to win it tonight, and they'll dominate most of the match. But the Kofi and R-Truth got the victory after Kofi flew on, I think, Titus. Kofi, R-Truth nailed the line attacker on Damon. 1, 2, 3. I saw a lot of signs for the primetime players, but indeed, primetime players tonight wasn't their night, as Kofi and R-Truth retained the tag titles. I like the team, but I still think primetime players, they're going to get the titles. They're going to get the titles. So there you go. Kofi and R-Truth retained 2.0 out of 5. Probably one of the, not the best match of the night. There you go with that. Now, there was a lot of debate on what was the main event. Well, indeed, when I found out that the co-main event was going to be Cena, Big Show, and Punk for the WWE Championship, not only did CM Punk did not get respect again in his current storyline with not being the main event again, but we all knew what the main event was going to be. We knew it was going to suck, and boy, I'll get to that in a moment. So here we go. Like I said, CM Punk, Big Show, John Cena, triple threat match for the WWE Championship. Now, this match I knew was going to be a little bit bad because of Big Show's in the match. Every Big Show match seems to suck, but a Big Show was mostly dominant. It was kind of a Super Cena match without the typical ending. Thank God. Anyway, Big Show was dominant most of the match, beating the crap out of both Punk and Cena. Cena tried to double team with Punk, but of course, Punk wanting attention for himself, beat up Cena as well. So, match was, like I said, this match was just a decent matchup, kind of a controversial false ending at first, as Punk was dominant on Big Show early on with the attempting of the Bulldog, but indeed that didn't happen. But the false ending came when CM Punk nailed the Anaconda Vice on Big Show, but then John Cena came from behind and also put Big Show in a submission predicament, putting him in the STFU. So Big Show in both the Anaconda Vice and the STFU tapped out. They're having a debate on who Big Show tapped to. Big Show tapping to Punk or Cena. Well, the general manager AJ came out and restarted the match to Punk and Cena's dismay. As they were distracted by AJ leaving, Big Show was nailing for a double choke slam. But indeed they blocked it, and the rear ending came with Cena F-viewing the Big Show, but then Punk, wanting the attention to himself no matter what the cost, pushed Cena out of the ring. 1, 2, 3. CM Punk takes the victory, adding more fuel to his heel turn. Of course, stealing the win tonight. Cena got the FU, but Punk got the win. Cena did the damage. So there you go. Punk wins this match. I'm glad he won, but like I said, his heel thing's going up a lot further. So I got 2.5. Like I said, 2.5 in the night. Now, tonight was the 25th anniversary of SummerSlam. There's a lot of great moments in SummerSlam history and a lot of bad moments. And if you were to look at the 25 years of SummerSlam, and you were to look at all the main events, and think of the absolute worst main event in SummerSlam history, there'll be a lot that comes to mind. There would be, obviously, Diesel versus King Mabel at SummerSlam 95. Probably in my mind, everyone else's mind, the worst SummerSlam of all time. There was the second worst SummerSlam of all time, and the second worst main event of all time, Team Nexus against Team WWE. Kind of a clusterfuck match at SummerSlam 2010. Well, you better add this year's main event to one of the worst SummerSlam main events of all time. As it was the overhyped matchup, the storm that spewed out shit bombs. It was Triple H against Brock Lesnar. Boring. I'm sorry. This should have not been the main event. I'm sorry. I know it was like the big hype main event, but like I said in the beginning of this video, my boys, Public Enemy, said it best. Don't believe the hype. God, this match was worse than Cena and Lesnar. It was basically a fucking beatdown. That's what it was, a fucking beatdown. Triple H made the no DQ law with no HBK, no interference. It was just boring match. There was nothing. It was unexciting. You know, add on to the fact that right before the main event, you had Kevin Rudolph performing. WWE did not learn from CeeLo Green last year at SummerSlam and Kid Rock at WrestleMania 25. I'm sorry. They should not have any performances at all. Especially from a guy who's not relevant anymore on the charts, like Kevin Rudolph, whose career fell off after Leonard Rock. So, add that to the fact that we had a shitty main event. The crowd was fucking dead for this match. This match was just dead. I'm surprised that there was a lot of chants tonight with Kobe Bryant chants. I'm surprised this chant wasn't going on. Boring. God, main event fucking sucked. But even though the match fucking sucked, they didn't make Brock Lesnar look good in this match. That's the point. Brock Lesnar needed a win in this match. Because, you know, Lesnar's come back. Started off well when he came back after WrestleMania. The comeback fell off the rails after the Cena match at Extreme Rules. And, of course, the Triple H thing. The feud getting built. And then getting nothing at all. And then coming back to the feud. And this match is fucking terrible. Brock Lesnar gets the win by a Kimura lock. In the end, man, just the match just fucking sucked. It was unexciting. They're trying to make it exciting in the end with some couple near falls, but by the time that happened, the excitement went off. There was no more excitement. No one cared. At that point, no one gave a fuck. And after the match, Triple H denied medical help, and he mouthed off to the fans, "I'm sorry." I know everyone's saying, "Oh, he's sorry for the loss." You know what he really should be sorry? You know what Triple H should be sorry for? A shitty-ass main event. That's what he'd be sorry for. A stupid main event. I'm not kidding. Look back at all the hype for Triple H's past main events. Every time there's a Triple H match, a main event match, that seems to be overhyped, had a lot of build-up to it, the match sucks in the end. Why Randy Orton? Remember your match against Triple H at WrestleMania? Hyped to hell, and it sucked in the end. That's what happens, especially with no interference, nothing to make the match exciting, nothing to add to make the match worth exciting. But indeed, boring match, Triple H loses, Brock Lesnar wins. But you know what Brock Lesnar wins? Unemployment. I'm sorry, but Brock Lesnar does not deserve to be in WWE these days. I've been watching a lot of old SmackDown from 2003 and 4, and Lesnar was still wrestling. That's the point. Brock lost all his wrestling ability, his pro wrestling ability, when he went to UFC. You know what I mean? He's just a fighter now. He's a fucking brawler. That's what he is. He just beats people up. He's a ranking machine. 1.5 out of 5. Like I mentioned, probably in my mind, probably one of the worst SummerSlam main events of all time. Least the worst ever. Kind of a bad way to end it. You know, he had a decent SummerSlam, great matches with Jericho and Ziggler being a highlight. At least there was no bad match besides this one. You know, Kofi all through. And the top place was just, not the best, but every other match was at least somewhat exciting. Every other match besides the tag team and Triple H and Lesnar was somewhat exciting, but this match, Lesnar Triple H just fucking sucked it to hell. I'm sorry, but Lesnar deserves to get fired. He doesn't deserve to be in WWE nowadays. We don't want the UFC Lesnar. We want the WWE Lesnar. But he ain't gonna give it to us, so Brock, hate to say this, good luck in your future endeavors. I hope he gets fired by the end of the year. I'm sorry. I thought his comeback would be great for the company, but it's not. You saw what happened tonight. Triple H and Lesnar stole the show. They could have erased the main event and erased Kevin Rudolph and added another match. But no, they decided to have a stupid performance in their stupid main event. So there you go. 6.5 out of 10. Hopefully WWE learns the lessons. Or not, especially if Lesnar winning. Alright, there you go for my WWE SummerSlam review for tonight. See you all later. Hope you enjoyed it. With that in mind, you've been attacked by the review bum Zach. Thank you very much. See you later. Yeah.